Welcome back, and in this video we're going to be kind of taking a look at an interesting problem. You can see on this one that we have no angles. Another one of these pro tips, and you're going to see this kind of throughout your career, is when you're dimensioning things, is that these numbers are not going to exactly equal what they need to. And what I'm referring to is this line that's located right here along the bottom. This line is not necessarily totally accurate, but you can see by if I start either at this corner or this corner and work my way around, whatever it is at the end of it will come out to be what it is. You know, if I go into the drawing and I physically put a dimension on that, it will give me a 2-digit dimension, but it's going to have a lot more decimals after it. So this is going to be known as a tolerance, and we're going to cover this a little bit later on in the video. The other things I want you to understand is that, and like I said before when I first started on this one, there are no angles on this video. So what we're doing is we're going to look at making an angle using rectangular coordinates. And what I mean by this is if I start at this location and I want to get up to this point, the way that I'm going to have to do that, you can see I have the rectangular components of here and here. So we're going to make these angles using these dimensions. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's start with the line command. We're going to go ahead and select our first point, and just in case, I know I haven't said this in a couple other videos, but remember that the first point can be absolute. So I could type in coordinates of where I want this to go, or I could just select on the screen. So I'll select here, and like I said, I want to make this angle. Now sometimes you're going to look at your screen and you're going to say, well, I have to have the ortho turned off, or I have to have ortho or polar tracking turned on. In this case, you really don't have to have those turned on. What you need is just to put in the syntax, and the syntax is going to override everything that you have on the screen. So for example, you can see that I have my cursor and it's in ortho right now, and you can verify that by looking down here at the bottom of the screen. And another thing is always make sure your dynamic input is turned on. So I'm aiming in the up direction, and what I want to do is I want to make that angle. So I'm going to type in the coordinates. Remember that dynamic input is going to allow me not to have to put in that @ symbol. So you can see I put in the 5.45. Once I put the comma in and I type in 15, it's going to overwrite no matter what you have on your screen. All right, so you see it zooms right off the screen. I'm just going to scroll back a little bit. Come this direction, I'll type in 4. And now I want to go down. Okay, so now we're at this point, and we want to get down to here. So remember, we got to do the rectangular thing again. It doesn't say that this distance is 4, but we can figure that out. We know that the total distance that goes across here is 8, and we know the distance on the other half is 4. So in order to get to 8, so 8 minus 4, this number here should be 4. So we're going to have to create this rectangular quadrant going down, or rectangular dimensions going down. So I'm just going to kind of create it on here, is that we're going to create this shape here, and we do have the numbers. This is the X, this is the Y dimension, and then this is going to be our X. So our X dimension, we already calculated it, is 4, and our Y dimension, it's already going here. Remember that this value is going to be negative since it's going down, and this value here, since it's going to the left, also has to be a -4. Okay? So let's go ahead and switch back and put those in, and we should be able to make that angle. All right, so like I said, is that we got to go ahead and put those in, and once again, you can see that my ortho is on, so I'm going straight lines, but you can almost ignore that, and if you really want to, you can actually take your hands off the mouse and just type in all the things. So like I just said, we have a -4 value since we're going to the left on the x-axis, comma, and we're going down, so that's going to be a 11 in the y value. Enter. Now we're going to go up in that opposite direction, so we're going to go to the left. So it's still going to be a negative value in the x-axis. So that's my -4, comma, and this time we're going up. So it's going to be a positive y value of 11. Enter. Now we can use our ortho again, so we're aiming this direction. We're going to type in the number 4. Enter. Now we need to go down again, so the exact same process that we did before is that we're going to have to calculate how far to go down, and in this case it's that 15 number, so we're going down, so this value now is going to be 15. This is my y value. And now, and my x value is going to be a positive number, and it's going to be this value here. Okay? So the positive x value, negative y value, because we're going down. All right, so we're going to type in our 5.45. That's my x value, comma, my negative y value is -15. Enter. And now we're going to go back to the original point, and we don't know the distance of that line, but we can just simply go to close, see enter. If you happen to have broken your line, just go ahead and click on the square that will appear here. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this one and understand how to create these angles using these rectangular components. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe or check the like button for me. And you can visit my Patreon page for more of these videos that's going to start coming out, where I'm going to start putting more dimensions and other things like that one. So I hope you enjoyed watching this one as much as I enjoyed doing it. See you in the next video.